Wake up, Jacob, Israelite Prepper here. That is the intro. Let's get straight to the info. I want to just give you guys a quick update on some things that are going on. And of course, a lot of channels are talking about the coronavirus. And just want to keep you guys informed. There's a lot of places that has some good information. There's a lot of misinformation, but then there's some good information out there too. But I want to concentrate on one aspect. And as you can tell from the title, I want to concentrate on the aspect of the drug shortages and what it's going to mean to us. Now, before I do, this is officially the Bruise News, the information that we can use to help us, those of the Israelite faith. But before we get into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Smash the notification bell. I don't want you to miss any of this content. So let's get back to what we were talking about, which is the coronaviruses and the shortages of drugs that it could pose for us. So let's take a look here. If we look here, we got about 150 prescription drugs, including antibiotics, generics, and some branded drugs without alternatives, are at risk of shortages if the coronavirus outbreak in China worsens, according to two sources familiar with the list of at-risk drugs compiled by the Food and Drug Administration. Now, why it matters? It's because China is a huge supplier of the ingredients used to make drugs that are sold in the US. If the virus decreases China's production capability, Americans who rely on drugs made from these ingredients could be in trouble. Now, what they are saying, the FDA declined to comment on the list, but said in a statement that it's keenly aware that the outbreak could impact the medical product supply chain and has devoted additional resources toward identifying potential vulnerabilities to U.S. medical products stemming specifically from the outbreak. And then they go into some bullet points, and I want to point those out too for our edification. The agency has been in contact with hundreds of drugs and medical devices manufacturers, and it's also coordinating with global regulators like the European Medicines Agency. It pointed out that there aren't any vaccines, gene therapies, or blood derivatives licensed by the FDA that are manufactured in China, although raw materials from many products do come from China and other Southeastern Asian countries. The agency is in contact with biologics manufacturers to monitor supply concerns. If a potential shortage or disruption of medical products is identified by the FDA, we will use all available tools to react swiftly and mitigate the impact to U.S. patients and healthcare professionals, said the FDA spokesperson. Now, for the intrigue. The FDA Commissioner Stephen Hahn is not a member of the task force that the administration has assembled to handle the coronavirus. Only two of the dozen members of the task force are physician scientists, BioCentury noted on Friday. But the Politico report Friday night that the White House is worried about how the coronavirus outbreak could shape President Trump's reelection prospects. And some administration officials are concerned that the virus is already spreading within the U.S. undetected. I believe that. Now, let's take a look at the bottom line. Now, the bottom line is whether or not the corona spreads within the U.S., any potential drug shortages would be felt accurately by the American patients that rely on them. So that's going to be of huge concern because there could be a lot of panic. Now, people say, "Oh, it could be in the U.S." Undetected. Problem is that it's already in the U.S. We know this. It's already here. By the time our news, traditional media, let us know of something, it has already happened most of the time, and it's already here. And the time is really to defend ourselves. We really got to prepare yourselves. You got to defend yourself from this disease. Okay, this. I mean, they're calling it a pandemic at this point, and it could be pretty deadly. Okay, there are a number of cases. I don't want to get into the numbers because that can get skewed, and then you'll have people saying, "Oh, Israelite Pepper, you don't know. It's not 48. It's 62. It's not 62. It's 84. It's not 84. It's 89. It's not whatever." Do your research. Take a look at it. But what we do know is that it is here. Okay, it is not as widespread as it is in China, but it is exactly here. And we have to be very vigilant in what we're doing. We have to be careful of the people that we come in contact with. We really got to take the proper precautions and prepare ourselves. And all we can do is hope that is no big deal. That's all we can do. We can hope that it is no big deal. Hope that everything works out just fine. But you got to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And at the end of it all, we are of the prepper mindset. So when the music stops, you want to make sure that you have a seat. I will catch you guys on the next one. This is Israelite Prepper. I'm out.